Hello everybody. Oh. How is everybody doing? I don't even know if people are here yet. This is my first ever stream. Let me get the chat going. Sup everybody. So, today we're going to be drawing something different. We're going to be drawing, let me get the chat going. Sorry, I'm operating my phone. Hello, says Toamas Plushmations. That's a hard name to say. So if you guys don't know, aside from just drawing comics, I have an obsession with drawing topographical maps like you see in the thumbnail. And I do it all on paint, of course. How's the mic sound? Mic sound good? No worries, guest Fred. So how do we start this? I think we're going to draw an island here. I want to draw it with a little island chain. That's too thick. A little island chain to begin with. Kind of like Antarctica's tail. Now, I know I could probably do this way easier on GIMP or Photoshop, but I don't know. I just love paint so much. It's, in my opinion, it's like one of the perfect apps. Okay, here we're going to make a little bay. The moment I start getting into topographical maps, this comes up. I like that yellow hexagon. Hopefully I don't disappoint you. Okay. So here we got our little island chain. I'm going to move this up a little bit. Oh, so here, by the way, that's this dark green here. That's going to be like the lowlands. Lighter green here, slightly higher. Basically, it's like an elevation, right? And this would be our mountaintops. I'm going to use this for the rivers, this for the coasts, this for deeper waters, and this for the middle of the ocean. So let's get to this. Actually, and I'm not going to bore you guys by just drawing the outlines first. I'm going to complete this island bit by bit. So this is going to be like a little peninsula, I think. I like the way this is coming out. Kind of looks like Greece, actually. Yeah, it really does look like Greece. Maybe it's like my subconscious. Okay, so actually this is going to be a singular island. Okay. Now, I want this to be... What do you think, actually, guys? Should this be kind of a flat island, or should it be really mountainous? Let me know in the chat. And I personally think it should be mountainous. Flat? Add Michigan to the map for no reason. Yeah, I'll add Michigan. I'll make Michigan an adjoining island right here. So Michigan kind of looks like a mitten, right? And then there's this part here. Okay, so Michigan can kind of, that's my Michigan. Sorry guys, that's not very good. But hey, not many people know what Michigan looks like from the top of their head. Flat with rugged, mountainous. Okay, so yeah. Sorry, geography nerd, we're making this mountainous. Plus, if we make it flat, it's all just going to look like that. That's kind of boring. Okay. Zoomed in here. So I still want my coastlines to be kind of low. Let's see. So, actually, here, I have a better idea. Let's just start with the base lowlands and we can start filling it. I don't know why I was overcomplicating it. I get really nervous on streams, even though I wouldn't know that, right? Because I've only streamed once. I border Michigan. I've never been, though. I know the movie 8 Mile takes place there. Okay. So here we can see these islands. They're rising up a little bit, but I want them to rise even higher. Oh, hey, Koli. It's weird seeing you in the chat and me being the one doing the streams. Okay, actually, wait, that's wrong. I don't like that at all. There we go. Okay, so there's our first little island. It doesn't look as good when you're zoomed in, but when you go away, it looks a lot better. Okay, so this one, I'm going to have some real proper mountains. Here, let's make a little valley. Because I guess when you have one that small, right, you can't really have that big of a mountain on it, unless it's like a volcano, which actually I should make a volcano. Okay. You've been to Southern Ontario, huh? It's a great place. A lot of farm fields. And a lot of towns named after British cities. Did you know that Kitchener, Ontario, used to be called Berlin? But obviously after World War I, they were like, oi, we can't really have a city called Berlin, can we? And even if they didn't change it in World War I, I'm sure they would have changed it in the next war. Alright, so we'll make a little hill there. Oops, what have I done? Okay, now we're going to get into the even higher regions here. Let's do this. So I'm trying to look at chat as well. The bottom island, yeah, it's all islands. It's an archipelago. Archipelago? Archipelago. Archipelago doesn't sound right. Okay. I thought South Africa had multiple capitals. Like, I know Pretoria is one. Is Durban a South African capital? They have like different capitals for different things. I think they have 3, don't they? Okay. Now when I'm doing these, I gotta be real careful not to like touch the other line, because then it implies a steep drop off, which exists in real life, but this would be like a drop off of 100 meters, which would actually be really cool to see, but not so feasible, I don't think. There we go. It's taking form. Let's make it even higher. Archipelago is my favorite pronunciation. Yeah, I agree. Whenever I see the ARCH, for some reason, I'm always thinking like arch. So archipelago, but I know that just sounds like hideously incorrect. Actually, let's make... I want a little hill on this point here. And once the islands are all done, we can add some rivers that flow out to the sea. Maybe even some villages, who knows? Okay, so that area is going to be like a little lowland mountain pass, I assume. Never fall into the berry trap. You will be drawn as a maid, or... Okay. Oh, and next up is Michigan. How is Michigan's topography? I think it's pretty flat, no? Well, I'm going to give Michigan a volcano in the middle, because we want this Michigan to actually be cool, unlike the real version. Wisconsin. Wisconsin, what does that look like? I kind of... No, that's Minnesota. Minnesota's like the square with the pointy thing, right? I don't know what Wisconsin looks like. A cheese curd, maybe? Okay. Wait, Wisconsin, isn't that where the Marquette and that the Upper Peninsula, they're attached to Wisconsin, right? Not Minnesota? I always mix those two up. I think they're essentially the same place. Although one is known for cheese and the other one's known for like making cars and crime. Oh wait, no, that's Michigan. I'm mixing them all up again. Minnesota, they're known for hockey, but they're not as good as Canada. Make a tiny island that looks like Newfoundland. It looks like a farting turtle if you squint. Yeah, I'll make Newfoundland. I just won't make Labrador. I'll make it off the coast of Michigan here. Well, I'm going to try my best at Newfoundland. It's like, how does Newfoundland look? I forget. You've got like this little peninsula here. And St. John's would be like here or something. The Cape of Good Hope, they call it. Oh, well. Sorry. That's my Newfoundland. I did my best. Newfoundland's not an easy one to draw. And I think to fill in the blank space here, I'm going to add another one. A skinny one. Kind of looks like a dragon's head. I don't say sorry. Actually, I never realized until you were roasting me about it yesterday. We do say sorry a lot here. At least I know. Oh, I missed a spot. At least I know I do. I still have a hard time not saying A. Well, don't you know, eh? Sorry for apologizing, eh? But I want to make... I'm going to give Michigan a volcano right on the knuckle. Because I think that would be cool. And then that implies that Michigan's going to explode one day, which also I think would be pretty cool. Actually, I need... Exaggerate the accent for YouTube clips. I don't know if I've watched enough Bob and Doug McKenzie if I can just carry on the Canadian accent for so long, you know. Sorry. Or sorry. Now, sorry, that sounds like Minnesota. There, that's our volcano. It's looking pretty circular. So this mitten thing, I think that would work well as kind of like a ridge line. Or the thumb of the mitten, I should say. There we go. And we'll give another little hill here. There, that kind of does still look like a mitten. Still looks like Michigan. Take this. Yeah, thank you. I like my Minnesota accent. I had to watch a lot of Fargo to get that right. Okay. There, now we've, as Bob Ross would say, we've got here a happy little ridgeline. Just minding his business, rising above the horizon. There we go. Now, see, for this weird shaped island to jut up out of the sea like this, it has to be slightly elevated. Otherwise, it would just be like an atoll thing. And already, judging by the shape of this island chain, it's going to be more like a Norwegian sort of climate. I actually, I grew up, not like I was born in Canada, but I grew up in Oklahoma. And I learned how to speak there. So I had that goofy accent, like, hey y'all, I'm fixing to go to the mall. I remember saying stuff like, oh, that's tougher than a $2 steak when I didn't get my way. I kind of wish I still lived there. It was nice and warm. Okay. What other island shapes should I draw? I can try and I can try to have a country put in here. I'm just not good at drawing countries off the top of my head, but that's the kind of the fun part. Here we go. That dog don't hunt. Yeah, I remember that line. Gelderland. I don't know what Gelderland looks like, but I know what their flag looks like. It's blue, black, and yellow, right? Tricolor, horizontal. I like that flag. I think those are nice colors. Oh, right. I got to do Newfoundland. I forgot all about Newfoundland. Everybody forgets about Newfoundland. So much so that they forget that Labrador is like disconnected from Newfoundland proper. It's actually attached to Quebec. And nobody lives there. I think their biggest city has like 3,000 people and it has some goofy name like Happy Valley Goose Bay or something like that. Willow would know better. They're from Newfoundland. No, I've never heard the song Oklahoma Hills. What I remember is living there and the song Shake Your Booty being really big. Like the disco one. Like it was definitely came out way before I was born, but I remember it being super popular for whatever reason. Like I lived in a really small town. I think it was, oh geez, oof, probably like an hour or two outside of Oklahoma City. Small population, lots of tornadoes. I wasn't allowed to play outside by myself because there was like snakes and stuff in the yard. Dangerous snakes. Mama didn't like them. Okay, there we go. What else should we add? I feel like we've got too many small islands. We need something that's like bigger. I'll check the chat for this. No pride for Midwest is Michigan. That's right. Quebec is great. Why does it get so much hate? I agree. I love Quebec. I was there just a few weeks ago. It's really beautiful. Montreal is kind of a dump, but Quebec City's really nice. What spot did I miss? Austria-shaped island? Yeah, I can do that. I know what Austria looks like. It just looks like a pancreas. Here, we'll tuck it right up in here. It's Austria with a really long tail. It's like stretching over to tickle France. You should draw Jamaica. Yeah, I can draw Jamaica. That's no problem. Jamaica's small. Jamaica just looks like a little raindrop type thing. I think Jamaica just looks like that. In fact, funnily enough, I know the topography of Jamaica. It's got a big mountain range right in the middle. One of my good buddies is from Jamaica, and he's always telling me about the Blue Mountains. So I'm going to make the Blue Mountains. No, it's not a sperm. It's Austria. Although, some might not know the difference. There we go. That's our Jamaica. Mon. How bad things still mute. Okay, now I'm going to do my Austria. Big island to the east. Yeah, okay, after Austria I'll do that. Sometimes I will just spend like hours and hours and hours straight just making these stupid topographical maps. I think maybe I should like get checked out because I don't know how anybody could stand doing this for so long. I find it like therapeutic. I'll throw on the news and just send it. And then blow up the chat with them. So I can get praise heaped upon me. Okay, so a big island to the east. Well, maybe we'll put on the transparent selection here. Oh no, I cut off part of the island. Okay. Big island to the east. Now, how would you like this island to the east shaped? Aaron draws the entire Earth from memory. Okay, no way. I could probably draw Europe from memory. It looks like this. And here's Russia. Murr. Yeah, that's Europe from memory. Oh, wait, no. How could I forget the most important part? There we go. Aaron, do I like sweet tea? What is that? Like iced tea? Yeah, it's okay. Honestly, I am a big fan of ginger ale. Like, I hate pop and I really don't like sweet drinks, but I just really love ginger ale. Okay, so I'm going to make this big island to the east. Um, all right, and I think this should be a real proper landmass, not just like a chain of islands, because you can't really do much with a chain of islands. They can only be so high. I want like mountain ranges here. This is really craggy. Correct name for pop? Yeah, it is called pop. People call it soda or demons. I think of like vinegar and baking soda when people call it soda. Well, thank you for coming in, Barry Slushy. Much appreciated. Yeah, well, that says Jacob. Midwest is part of Canada. Well, I mean, we're like culturally similar. In fact, I would argue that the Midwest is more Canadian than American, especially Minnesota. Except I don't like that Minnesota calls himself the state of hockey. The state of hockey is Canada. And let's have a big thing that goes down here. What's the word for that? Not a strait. It's kind of like a fjord, I guess. There's our big island to the east. Now, I want to start with the mountains themselves, actually. Instead of just coloring it all green and working from the beach up, I want to work from the mountains, from the interior out. Because I find if you work from the beach in, like, you know, starting from the lowlands and moving inwards, you end up just making a really low, pathetic looking island. Last time a Team Canada won the NHL championship. That's a low blow. When's the last time a team that wasn't made up of all Canadians won the NHL championship? But by the way, it was 1993. The Montreal Canadiens won the last Stanley Cup. I don't really like the Habs, though. I'm a Jets fan. Okay, so this... Oh, that was a little aggressive. This is going to be a mountain range. A happy little mountain range. And let's see here. I want them to extend all the way to here. So if anything, I'm going to kind of give myself a guiding line here. What do we call this big island? We can vote on names. As long as it doesn't end up as something like Island McIsland face. I'm cool. Let's get that going here. 4-1 series. Let's go Avs. You're just cheering for anything I don't like. The Avs were the better team, though. By far, they were a much better team than the Jets. They played a clean game of hockey. They didn't even try to hurt us. That's how I judge a team. Normally, when a playoff series ends, I'm like, I hate that team. I hate them so much. But with the Colorado Avalanche, I was just like, yeah, they're much better. Okay. I would try to draw a Polandball comic on stream like YouTube does, but if you've seen the drawing videos I do, the way I draw them is so aseptic and corporate. Like I don't draw scene for scene like Kolai does. I'll draw like if like I know I need 4 Canadas for the comic, I'll just draw 4 Canadas. It's like Build a Bear, but for Polandball comics. It's quite sad. That's kind of that doesn't look half bad. That's how I get them done so fast. People have always asked. Okay, so what have I done? Okay, so now we're gonna add the. So this is kind of like the base of the mountain. Now I want to add some peaks to it. Oh, there's our Michigan volcano. I like that. That's funny. Unpopular take: football sucks. What kind of football are you talking about? Are you talking about soccer or hand egg? American football best. I disagree. I find American football to be boring. It's like a game of whistles. A bunch of dudes tackle, a whistle gets blown, they line up, a bunch of dudes tackle, The whistle gets blown. They line up 2 feet further down the field. Rinse and repeat. I find football to be really, really boring. Up there with golf. American football, soccer's okay. Although I imagine a lot of you are Americans. I feel like a lot of Canadians actually like football. We have our own football league here. The Canadian Football League, where all the rejects from the NFL go. People take it pretty seriously, but I think we play with bigger fields and we have bigger balls. Kansas City had a hockey team too, you know, Gate. They got relocated, I think. I think the Kansas City hockey team is currently the New Jersey Devils. Figuratively or literally? No, the balls that Canadians play with are actually a lot bigger than the balls that Americans play with in football. Conradia. One island can be called the island of Conradia. Can't name the whole thing that. We don't want any dictatorships here, unless it's Dick Reiner. We have bigger balls in a longer field. It's actually a song. And one last down, I believe, is the lyric. Okay, so these will be like our little ridge lines extending from our mountain into the earth, into the island of Conradia. Oops, what have I done? This will be, okay, this can be the island of the East Empire. But to be an empire, technically, wouldn't it have to conquer other little islands? I'm going to give this thing a little... I like this. I feel like this should be elevated. We've got bigger balls and a longer field. That song's going to be stuck in my head all day. It's like one of those... I forget what it's called. It's one of those songs Canadians make to make fun of Americans, but it just kind of makes us sound pathetic. Do we have any Quebecers? I do love my Quebec friends. We've got... Draw Taiwan. Okay, I'll draw Taiwan. I'll draw Taiwan right here. It kind of looks like this. I think. Let's see. Taiwan. Images. That's pretty accurate. I would say that's fairly accurate. It's like an egg shape. I got the angle wrong. It needs a little tail thing. But overall, that's actually pretty good. I did a good job doing Taiwan. Not as good as my Michigan, though. My Michigan was... Mwah. We've got bigger balls and a longer field. Perfect. A little pointer at the bottom. Yeah, okay. I'll add that gate. I'll add that. Oops. There we go. Now it's really Taiwan. Kind of looks like the alien ship from Arrival. That was a really good movie. I've never been to Asia, unfortunately. I've been all over Europe and North America, but never got to go to Asia. I would like to. I really want to go see Japan. Favorite sci-fi movie? That's a really good question. I would say my favorite sci-fi movie has got to be... That is a really good question. Wow. Jeez. I like so many. Honestly, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but the one that actually like stuck with me has got to be AI by Artificial Intelligence by Steven Spielberg. It is not a fun movie to watch. It's really heavy. It's like you feel exhausted after watching it, but it really stuck with me. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's not, it's a wild movie. Um, I think my favorite movie of all time has probably got to be like Good, the Bad, the Ugly, or Return of the King, or maybe Saving Private Ryan. So now we're working our way down. Now we're getting to the mountains taking shape. Thoughts on the Hobbit movies? I thought they were trash. They were really disappointing. Like I understand because I read the Hobbit book, right? Like they were children's books. Half of the book was like song numbers. Like I remember still when they go down into the Rivendell for the first time, the elves are singing "Tra la 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 lee here down in the valley," and it's like 2 days or 2 pages of that. So I understand why Stephen or Peter Jackson had difficulties translating that into like a serious movie that was on par with Lord of the Rings for tone, but it, like a lot of it just felt like video game scenes. Like the part where they're going down in the barrels felt like something you'd play in a video game, and I didn't like that. And I didn't like all the CGI orcs. I thought they were weird looking. I wish they just went back to like the spooky Urukai type that were played by like really beefy dudes. They were actually like the Urukai grunts were scary, and meanwhile the big bad guy in the Hobbit was like this white, goofy looking CG orc with like piercing blue eyes. It was dumb. What's here? Yeah, this is gonna be. Yeah, sorry this mountain's taking so long, guys. Oh, there's another sorry. Kola's onto something. But I mean, this mountain's only gonna take a few minutes to form. In real life, they take millions of years. If only we could watch it happen in quick time and see the chaotic destruction. And I'm gonna have a little ridge line, I think, that extends down here. Because why not? Do I like Invincible? Yeah, actually, I really did like Invincible. I liked it a lot. I thought Invincible was really good. And I went into it, honestly, I didn't really have high hopes because I was really burnt out on the whole superheroes thing. But no, I was thoroughly impressed. But I guess it makes sense because it wasn't just like written to make money. It actually had like a story behind it and it had pre existed. Okay. And I don't think it'll be able to touch. He needs to put a chat in a corner and we can count. Yeah, once I get better at, I just learned how to OBS. This is my first ever stream. So once I get better, I'll be able to put a sorry counter in there. Okay, let's give this life. Look at that. The Eastern Island Kingdom is already looking so much higher up. It's going to be really hard for them to farm. Really difficult. They're going to have a lot of food issues on this island, I think. Actually, I don't know what to do with this portion here. We'll figure it out. Well, we're getting tight up to the coastline here. I got a little too big for my britches. It's going to be really hard to put the coastline in there. I'm going to have to like zoom in really close as you feasibly can in paint. I'm like the Bob Ross of topographical mountain ranges. Except I didn't get to bring squirrels and baby deers into my studio. Just a salamander. And a dog. Oops. Ooh, okay. We're almost done the island of the East Empire, or at least the western half of it. And then after that, I can get to Taiwan. No, I would never eat the salamander. I love him. And also, they're full of parasites. I feed them with garden worms that I find in my yard. And I really don't trust the contents of those worms. Eat the salamander. Gosh. Who would do such a thing? It's about the size of my hand. And it's black with little blue speckles. Where did I get this color palette from? It's the color palette that I always use for my topographical maps. Like, basically, here. This is like the color palette I stole from. Now, let's go back. And I'm pretty sure I just probably stole that from somebody else, but I don't know from where. But to whoever it is, thank you. No, no coli. He was around this morning, though. Well, I also think this is just kind of a normal palette for topographical maps. Like, I know there's the ones where the colors are more vivid, but I just feel like those don't look as good. I like the more faded pastel sort of color palette. I don't know, it's so much more appealing in my opinion. Wow, I made this island really like pokey. It's real pain to get around all these little peninsulas here, jeez. Whoever lives on the island of the East Empire is going to have a real hard, difficult life. It's just a big mountain that's really hard to travel around. There's going to be very little agriculture going on here, I don't think. Okay, here we go. We've connected the lines. We're almost done. If you wanted to start a revolution in a country on this map, what country would be doing the worst? Honestly, I feel like this country would probably be the one in the best spot. Just because it's the biggest and it has a lot of lowlands, so you could probably farm, whereas this one is bigger. This one's like Canada, right? Like, it's big, but it's mostly useless land. So I feel like all this area here, nobody would live there. Taiwan also would probably be good. Okay, we're almost done this part. I'm going to draw a little dividing line here, I think. Actually, no. Michigan. No, not Michigan. Michigan has an active volcano on it. I wouldn't want to live in Michigan. Although you could probably hide on the top. Yeah. So I guess gate, that means I have to make this portion here needs to be like the good portion of China where there's actually like farming possibility. Because yeah, for the amount of people they have, they really, oh man, I'm really tight here. Jeez. The amount of people they have, they really don't have that much good farmland. Oh gosh. This is going to be such a pain. Oh. I got way too close here. Crap. A role play on this? Yeah, that would be fun. It's just tough that all these islands are so separated. If you want to role play on this, you definitely have to invest in a navy. Wow, we're really close. Wow, that worked out perfectly. I can't believe that. I hate using this one pixel brush. I truly, truly do. What time period is this like? 1500. The perfect time period where you could still sword fight if you wanted to, but if you wanted to use a firearm, those are there. But they're not overpowered yet. Yeah, I agree. Off-roading here would be good. Also, I think skiing here would probably be really, really good. Oh no. This is like threading a needle. Okay, whatever. Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make the eastern half of this island like Han China, where it's gonna be lowlands with rivers and good places to farm, because this western half is not it at all. It's like Tibet. Okay, and will I add cities? Yeah, 100% I'm gonna add cities. I actually have, let me see here. Desktop. Oh, I have, where is that thing? I have a guide, a thing I use to make cities. Here, I'll show you an example. So here's all my little buildings. Copy this, paste it over. Oops. So actually, you know what? We'll build a little city right now. I want to build a city on Michigan. A little city with wood houses. There. I'm going to take these. I'm going to build Detroit. Oops. We'll give them, there's a little house. The little windmill for their farm. And I will call this one, for maps, I have a rule. You can only use Bookman old style font. Oh, sorry, whenever I click my fonts, paint legs for a minute. I don't know why. It'd be nice if I could hurry up though. Come on, there we go. Jeez Louise. Maybe Paint isn't the perfect program. I just hate admitting it. Okay, here we go. Bookman old style, font size 14. We're gonna call this city Detroit. Maybe font size 12. There we go. Detroit, look at it. That was our first city. Taiwan's called Berlin. Taiwan hasn't even been formed yet though. I still gotta finish the Eastern Empire here. In the useless western part of, well, I guess they call it the Eastern Empire because the western part's absolutely useless. Unless you're a major skier. In which case it's probably totally radical, dude. You went in a submarine today? That's actually really cool. I'd be terrified to do that. Like even a real submarine. I'm not talking about that Titanic Ocean Gate one. I would be scared to go in a real submarine. Something about it just seems so claustrophobic. Okay, so the eastern half of the Eastern Empire, this is where the farming and the good stuff's going to happen. This is where the revolutionary is going to happen. The revolution has to happen in this part. Oh, I didn't fill that little ridge line in. How dare I? Goodbye, S. Finsen. Sorry, I'm not good at pronouncing names, especially when they have X's. Thank you for tuning in. Yo, draw Tasmania. Yeah, in fact, I think I know what Tasmania looks like off the top of my head. Tasmania looks kind of like this, right? And then there's like a little island here or something. Let's see. Tasmania. Wow, I was spot on. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. Look at me. Look at me go. I guess the island should have been up top. There we go. We got Tasmania. Now someone's going to be like, okay, yeah, draw Nunavut. But I guess like this whole thing kind of looks like Nunavut. I remember as a kid in grade school, they would have the thing where you had to color in the different Canadian provinces, and Nunavut was always so hard. It's like 10 bajillion thousand islands and nobody lives there. Could I draw England? Yeah, but I'm going to draw England with the UK attached to it. Because England alone would just kind of look funny. Okay, finally. We're almost done. Boom. Okay. After I complete the Eastern Empire, I'm going to move on to the United Kingdom. Except I'm going to draw it upside down. I'm going to keep this island kind of low, I think. Sweet. Okay. I'm going to draw another. Here's a little bit of highland here, I think. Sorry, I've spent so long on the Eastern Empire that I need to see it through. I need to. What's happening? We're drawing a topographical fantasy map. Peak entertainment. Okay. I've never been to Baltimore. I imagine the food there is probably really good. Sorry, I keep getting so quiet. When I focus on the little ridge lines, I'm like a dog watching a treat. I'm like hyper focused. Speaking of aquariums, because that's what I'm reading in the chat, did you know it's impossible that for them to keep great whites alive for extended periods of time? Apparently great white sharks, well, not apparently, like it's well known that they always have to keep swimming, and because of that they keep bouncing off the walls of their tanks, and it gives them infections and it causes them to die, which is really sad, but also why you never really see a great white in a tank. I think the longest one, they had one in captivity was like, don't quote me on this, I want to say like 189 days, and it was in Japan, I believe. Am I involved in PNN? Yeah, I am. I draw a lot for PNN, and sometimes I help host it. But I do a lot of the art for PNN, for sure. In fact, I'm working on a PNN right now. but I paused obviously to do this. Okay, we're almost done with the Eastern Empire. Okay, since this is Taiwan, it has to have an island in the middle. Or a mountain range, I mean. You lined up every country in alphabetical order, you would die. I don't get it. Doo-doo. Lonely teardrops. Next time I'll have music for the stream. Like Kolai does. I'm a streaming noob. Some funky jazz. Okay, how's the topography of Tasmania? Yeah, sure. What kind of news stories do you have for me? For this episode, we've already got everything written, but we're always open for new stuff. Usually for PNN, we just do international news. Usually a lot of stuff about Israel and Ukraine. And the US. Okay, we can move on. Let's get rid of this. Actually, no, we can't move on. What am I talking about? We need rivers. Favorite jazz musician? I don't actually have one. I don't really know that much jazz. I was making a joke and you called me right out. So, rivers always flow to the sea, if you didn't know. So there's going to be a river here. There's going to be a big river here. And rivers usually stem from mountains. And the reason why they do is because all the precipitation from the clouds and the snow goes to the mountains, and I guess the sun melts it and it flows down into the sea, just like so. Okay, so there we go. We've got some rivers. I'll maybe even make a better river here. This river is going to travel a long way to get to the ocean. Boop. There we go. And you know what? Let's add another one. Another river to go down this valley. Okay. There we go. Am I outside of the basement? No. I'm inside the basement right now. I was let out just a little bit ago to go buy some craft dinner, but otherwise, no. I don't really get let out that often. Okay. Now, the eastern island, I'm going to attach it here. Look at that. It fits like a puzzle. I'm going to make this. Is it St. John's or St. John? I think it's St. John's. How was life like before the Gulag? Honestly, not much different. Instead of being trapped in a basement, forced to draw, I'm trapped in an office, forced to type. So no, it's not so bad. Okay, so now like I said I would draw the United Kingdom. Actually, let's see here. British Isles, images. Sorry, I'm taking an image here. All right. Is that the forebrush? Okay. I'm going to start with my favorite part of the United Kingdom, the ocean. Then go to my second favorite part, Scotland. Ooh, that's a rough Scotland. No, I don't need to be freed, I don't think. I get free food down here. Actually, I'm going to draw this over here. So Scotland kind of comes down, right? Okay, so this will be our little thing where Edinburgh is. And it just comes down, goes kind of in, comes back out. Let you in the basement, don't come in the basement. Trust me. It's not good down here. There's mice and far too much craft dinner down here. Okay, here's Wales, the forgotten member of the United Kingdom. And here's Cornwall, the even more forgotten part of the United Kingdom. That's not so terrible. That's not so terrible at all. Oh, the Isle of Man. I will be sure to not forget the Isle of Man. Such a cool name. Okay, so that's Edinburgh. Goes down right into here. Okay, so this big bulgy part. There we go, innit? This good old United Kingdom, eh? Oh, God save the Queen. I love me some footy. Okay, now's Isle of Man, right? Okay, he goes here. May the 13th. That's on Monday. No, they can't eat me on the Monday. I've got things I gotta do. I still haven't released the new PNN. They can't eat me yet. Okay, so where does Scotland begin? It kind of begins like here, I guess. Or Scotland, Ireland. There's a Scottish tribute. Is it true that in the United Kingdom, you guys really love the song Maybe Tomorrow? Like, maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. Do 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 do. Down this road that never seems to end, a new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, we'll travel on. Wow, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm impressed with myself. That's an awesome United Kingdom. Look at me go. Now, it's just part of the map. Okay. So, no, it's not too big. We don't know how big the rest of this is. I figured this is probably the size of Belgium. No, I think our friends Cole and Gaitner might have left. It's just me now. Upside down United Kingdom. Yes, because everything in the United Kingdom's upside down. I'm going to make... Where would London be? London would be like here, wouldn't it? No, it would be here. Yeah, this is what the UK looks like for bio. I'm going to make the United Kingdom a ginormous plateau. If you want to join me for a while, just grab your hat, we'll travel light, that's hobo style. This is not Australia. No, this is Sparta. There we go. I'm giving the United Kingdom a humongous plateau, right where London is. Favorite musical? Okay, are we excluding Disney movies? Because if we are, my favorite musical has got to be Sweeney Todd. I really liked Sweeney Todd. A bit of dark subject matter for sure, but I just really liked it. I don't know. I like that grungy, old style England sort of feel. What's Can I scale Israel Cube's power and ability according in comics and animations? Yeah, honestly, yeah. Some comics have America being like a world destroyer, and in other comics, he can't even, you know, solve the inflation crisis. So you can definitely power scale with Israel. You just got to be really careful about the comics you post with Israel because a lot of the times the admins will ban you. And it is not fun when the admins ban you. I've been admin banned before. Twice. 3 times. But that's just Reddit. I don't know how Israel or YouTube acts to Israel stuff. We've made some Israel stuff on Polandball News Network and people don't seem to care, but on Reddit people get really up in arms about Israel. Holy. Jeez. I know on the subreddit we basically had to put a moratorium on spicy Israeli comics. People were just trying to start fights. People would make an Israel comic specifically just so they could try and start a fight. Redditors will Reddit. You got that right, my friend. You got that right. And Redditors won't stop Redditing until the Reddit is gone. I remember I used to get really upset when I was young when people would diss Canada and Polandball comics. I would be in the comment sections like, "You're so wrong. You're wrong. Canada's the best country in the world. You're stupid." I'm glad I'm not like that anymore. It only took a lot of time and learning and growing up. Oh, there we go. That looks kind of nice. There, it's the United Kingdom again. I just find it funny how people who never cared about Israel or Palestine ever before are now basing their whole personalities around it. And I don't just mean people who are like pro-Palestinians holding up little universities and stuff. Like I live in like a kind of foresty, backcountry, rednecky sort of area, and there'll be all these like truck driving white boys who are like, "I support Israel. I love Israel. They should be able to wipe out whoever they want to." And I'm like, dude, you didn't even know Israel existed until like a few months ago. "No, I always knew Israel existed. My dad knew a guy from Israel. I love Israel. And if you don't stand with Israel, you're not my friend." Okay. These are the same type of dudes who fly Trump flags in Canada. Like, how is that relevant? Fly all the Trump flags you want. You can't vote for them. You're from Cambodia? That's really cool. Cambodia has a really nice flag, actually. And I heard the food's really good. Although I guess there's nowhere in Southeast Asia that doesn't have good food, to be honest. You're from Britannia? I'm sorry to hear that. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. She sails her boat in her bathtub for days. There we go. funny. I made England Highlands on purpose as a joke because it's so low, but Scotland actually just kind of looks like Scotland. Being British sucks half the time. I'm sorry to hear that. Honestly, if it makes you feel better as a Canadian, I'm basically British too. I live in Ontario, and our province's flag has a little UK flag in the corner, just like Australia's, except it's red and it's not blue. Canada's old flag looked like that, with the little British flag in the corner in the coat of arms. I think we got rid of that, I want to say, in 1965. It was actually Prime Minister Trudeau Sr. who got rid of the old Canadian flag and brought in the current maple leaf one. So yeah, Trudeau's daddy gave us the maple leaf flag. He didn't design it, but he was the one who was like, yo, why do we have this like colonizer flag? I'm French. I don't want a colonizer flag. Maryland has the best. If you mean Union of the United States, I gotta honestly say I think Alaska's is the best. Alaska even has a song dedicated to their flag. Did you know? I'll sing it. It's beautiful. Yo, what's up, French ball? Because we have yellow teeth. No more singing. Yeah, I'll stop. Sorry. I go out for karaoke with my friends, and I'm always the worst. By far. There we go. Okay, now we've moved on to Ireland. Do you know what we should do? We should separate them. Some things never change and some things stay the same. There we go. Okay. Have fun with the movie, Conrad. Sorry, I'm reading the chat here. And Poland goes to his afterlife world. Israel greets him and he's huge. And Poland asks Israel, what is the meaning of life? And he said, Poland is a country that gets effed by everybody. That is true. Although Poland has taken a lot of steps lately to make sure that they're not getting effed by everybody. I think they have, of the entire European Union, I think only France has a better military than Poland. Yeah, I believe nowadays, if Germany ever tried it with Poland, it would be Germany getting occupied, which is really hilarious, and I think it looks good on them. Sorry, I don't mean to sound so calm. I am calm. I'm drawing a topographical map. It's like my Zen mode. Bye, Conrad. Thank you for coming. I wish I learned French in school. They taught me, but as a kid I was like, why would I want to learn French? Why am I ever going to speak French? Well, I went to Quebec a few weeks ago, and let me tell you, some French would have been handy. But they were so nice. They all spoke English for me. And when I tried to speak French, they were like, it is okay, mon ami. We speak the English, yes? And I was like, oh, great. I barely speak English, too. My mama never learned me how to spoke. The Oklahoma side of me said that, yes, yeah, it did. I remember coming to school, and when I went back to school in Canada, how do you guys pronounce Iran and Iraq? I call it Iran and Iraq. I ran so far away. There we go. Okay, now I need a new island. Everything's all done. Okay, guys, tell me the shape of a place that you want me to turn into an island. Oh, I know. Iran. I'm going to make an Iran island. Iran kind of looks like this. You joke about nuking France, but France is one of the few countries that has a strike first policy, which I think is actually really cool. Like the Soviet Union or Russia and America, I don't even. Well, America definitely has a strike first policy. No, that looks like crap. I'm getting rid of that. No, Iran. Nunavut. I'm not drawing Nunavut. Actually, you know what? I'll draw Nunavut. I'm having Nunavut. Nunavut shape. Oh boy. Oh boy. I get all cocky saying I'm going to draw Nunavut until I see a picture of it. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh, where to even begin? Oh, what have I done? I'm going to do the easy parts. Oh gosh, why am I doing this? Yeah, I am into some self-torture here. Oh jeez. Oh. Oh, it's transparent too, nice. Um, okay, there we go. And then I'll add there. Man, imagine trying to color in Nunavut with crayon as like a 7-year-old child. The harsh reality of being a Canadian kid. Oh no! I accidentally deleted that. I was working. Oh, that sucks. Oh man, shit. Dang it. Oh, and when I redrew it, it looks like crap. Them's the breaks. Hey, you actually want to know something fun? This island here is called, or no, that's not the island. Terror Bay, or this bay here is called Taylor Bay, or Terror Bay. There was an old British ship way back in the olden days, the Franklin expedition. They wanted to go explore Nunavut and find the Northern Passage. The Northern Passage, by the way, is like this. And anyways, they got stuck in the ice, and their ship was called the HMS Terror. And they sunk, and everybody froze to death, and there was no survivors. Really fun story. And anyways, they were looking for that ship forever, and then finally in 2014, they found the ship, the Terror. Guess where it was? It was in Terror Bay. You can't write that stuff. There's a good TV show about it. I can tell you how big Toronto is, French ball. I live very close by. It's 6 million population. And this island here. My Nunavut looks like it's mutated. It looks like it's spent a few months in Chernobyl. Oh. Okay, honestly, I gave up on Baffin Island. Ever see someone use GTA Greater Toronto Area and think of Grand Theft Auto? Honestly, since I live in the GTA, never. People always, I'm like, I'm playing GTA and you assume they're talking about Grand Theft Auto, but when people just say the GTA, living in the GTA, you know they're just talking about the GTA. Okay. I'm getting there, guys. Uh, okay. Sorry, there's so many islands here. I'm just trying to see which one I'm working on. So this one is obviously this one. So this one is this one. So I'm missing these ones here. All right. Well, they're not very descript, are they? Uh, um, if Kola is watching this, I drew Nunavut, man. You have to draw Turkmenistan next time they ask. Uh, there. Nunavut. Look at it. I'm proud of it. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Delete. 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 All right. There we go. UK is back to being. I forgot some islands in Nunavut. Yeah, I definitely did. I mean, there's about 20,000 islands that make up Nunavut, and I think I've got like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm short about 29,984. Someone else can do the math. I was never really a mathy person. Sioux main train. I can do that one after. I think after I color in Nunavut, I'm probably going to call it a night. The thing is with doing these topographical maps, they really make your eyes hurt. But I hope you enjoyed. Sorry, it's not as exciting as comics, that's for sure. But I'll definitely come back to this and we can continue to grow this and eventually add cities. And who knows, you guys can even go to war. Leave me out of it though. We're peaceful in the basement kingdom. And UK's upside down again. Yep. I subverted your expectations there. You probably thought I was going to leave it, didn't you? No. Now Nunavut's upside down too. Oh, well, thank you, ASJW Federation. I really appreciate it. Oh, let me see here. I'm getting tagged on Discord. Sorry, everybody. Whenever I'm looking at Discord or the map, I always ignore the Discord. Okay, it's going to be hard to give these ones life. Can you review the art I sent in Discord? Yeah, hold on. I'll do that right now. Let's see here. Sorry, I just got to scroll here. Wow, you made that. That looks awesome. I like that effect with the scribbles. It reminds me of those comics I used to love as a kid. They weren't comics. They were called Mr. Men. I'll look it up. Mr. Men, Mr. Messy. This is kind of what it reminds me of. I don't know why. Here, I'll copy and paste this. That's Mr. Messy. The scribbles, I like it. Mr. Messy was always my favorite Mr. Man. There was like Mr. Grumpy, Mr. Happy, Mr. Mr. Nosy. Can you? I'll show the comic on screen. Stream. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Comics and art. There it is, everybody. It's great. And this is like, I'm going to zoom in on the details because I like these a lot. I think it looks awesome. And this one here that's Mr. Messy. And let's see here. There was Mr. Grumpy, Mr. Man. Yes. So here is Mr. Grumpy walking all over the Eastern Empire. But yeah, there was like Mr. Happy, Mr. Grumpy, Mr. Nosy. I forget it. I think I read them. Oh geez, I was probably like 7, 8 maybe. It was in school. I put St. John's or Bonavista. I would be, yeah, I know, but there's not enough room on St. John's for the little buildings. Besides, Bonavista's a nice place. It has a nice name. Is it cold in Newfoundland still? I heard you guys get snow in July. Or was that just a one-off? Can you add a delta? Also, I make great topography. Thank you. Yeah, I'll add a river delta. In fact, I'll make a river delta right now. When you compliment my maps, you get your river delta. That's just the way it works. That's just good business. And, oops. The river delta is going to be in the upside down United Kingdom. There we go. There's a little river delta. Waking up at 4 a.m. to see the aurora, and it's at 10. Wait, is the aurora? Where is it happening? I thought that was last night. I live in southern Ontario. I don't know if we saw it, but I know it was cloudy last night anyway. I would love to see the aurora. Everywhere in America except the South. Oh, geez. Yeah, after I end this stream, I might go outside. It's just getting dark here. I hope it's not too cloudy, though. Every time there's something cool here. The eclipse, it's cloudy. Aurora Borealis, it's cloudy. Tornado, it's cloudy. Alien invasion, it's cloudy. I want to see the ships, damn it. Yeah, I saw the pictures of the aurora, and yeah, it was green, but a lot of people were showing like red and pink, which I thought was cool. And what I'll do, if you guys want, after I'm done this, I'll post this map in the Discord, and you guys can hack it up into your own little countries. Do whatever you want. And then when I come and do another stream, I'm going to add more. And then more people will have countries. But for now, you guys can just fight it amongst yourselves. There. And let's go start giving ourselves a little coastline here. Have I made maps with administrative divisions on it? Yeah, I have actually. Here. I'll find one. No, I've made some really, 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 really nerdy maps. I'll open one in Paint. Here. Yeah. Severe nerdiness. It's gonna load up any second now, I'm pretty sure. So we've got our like cities. This is like the main city with all the streets. So this is like an administrative division right here. Vororis. Faldemir is here. And this is the main city of Faldemir. Look, there's even the little flags. And then there's Tiradir, which is here. And that border runs roughly from here down? No, from here. Then there's Ermora, the Rainbow City. And that's the city there. And then finally, there's Arcera. And that's that. So yeah, I've definitely made cities with administrative divisions. In fact, I've made quite a few. Marvel Spear, that building icon sheet, I drew those all myself. Hello in animation. Oh, what have I done? Oh, Marvel Sphere, because... Oh, I haven't sent that. No, I'll show you it. Here, I'll drop it in the Discord. Comics and art. Let me see here. Yeah, I'll just drop it in the Discord. And if you want to steal the colors from it, have at it. Yeah, if people like this stream, I'll make more streams like this. I honestly figured people would think it was boring. Because it's not like there's many funnies to be found with maps. Maps are kind of boring. But they're so pretty. And I just love all the colors. And the little islands. How do I measure height? Honestly, I use feet and inches. Like I'm 6'4", for instance. Like I know I have a European friend and she always uses centimeters. What's my opinion on flat earth? The only flat earth is Saskatchewan. The rest of it's pretty round. My therapy cell? I don't have a therapy cell. They just keep me sedated. But yeah, if anybody is curious to draw a topographical map, I left one of mine in the Discord in the comics and arts page, so feel free to steal the colors. I'm also going to leave this one after the stream is over, and again, feel free to steal the colors. Please review my comic, Prussian Media. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Oh, we reviewed this one yesterday. I like it a lot. I was in the stream and Kolai talked about it. I said I really liked the fading effect you put on the mask there. I think that was really nice. The way the glass works. The transparency, I should say. Yeah, Kolai did lock me in the basement. It's done wonders though. It's nice. I don't have to pay any rent. He delivers food. Unless I want McDonald's, I have to pay for that myself. It's not very American of him. We're given the ocean here. And fix this up here. Oops. Oops. That's better. Wow, I think that's really cool that you guys are making languages. Like, I like to draw maps and create worlds, but I never had it in me to try and really make a language. I think that's really it takes a lot of talent. I commend you. And there we got this little lagoon here. Bikini Bottom. I'm going to make it really deep. It's going to be a really deep lagoon. There. And we're done. For now. What do you guys think? Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it a lot. I had a lot of fun. I'll do another map streaming for sure. I think, depending on what people want, we can either keep adding to this one. Yeah, add what? Detroit and St. John's. You know what? Maybe I'll add another city. Let's not quit so quickly. Let's not quit so quickly, I say. Let's see. All cities. Let's get our building template back. Oof. Add the French. Yeah? Alright, I'll add the French. This looks like the Eiffel Tower, no? I'm going to put Paris right here. Goodbye, French ball. I did Paris for you. The templates, I made those myself. I drew, yeah, all these. I drew all myself. Everything, all the maps and stuff I've shown, everything I did all by myself. I wanted it to be completely mine because then that way nobody can sue me. And I'm gonna add another city. Although watch, Drew Durno will steal them. He'll find a way. Actually, and right where Dublin is, I'm going to put London. Oh, come on. That was just the lightest of casual shade. What's up, VA Science? How big is this island? Kilometers squared? Well, we said that this one here is the size of Belgium. So it's not very big. Berlin, all right. Okay, I'll make Berlin. I'm gonna put Berlin way down here. There you go. Add Moscow? Yeah. You want me to add Moscow? I'll add Moscow. Here. Moscow, far away from the rest of us. Add Bahawalpur. There we go. Can I add Kiev? Yeah, I'm going to add Kiev. I'm going to give Kiev one of the coolest buildings. In fact, Kiev, I'm going to put on top of the mountain because it's sweet. Actually, no, it won't fit there. Let me put Kiev here. Kiev. And I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to make a little flag for Kiev. There we go. Okay, Mount Kailash, yeah, here. This mountain here will be Mount Kailash. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a country, not a city. But yes, I'll add Sri Lanka. Alright guys, I'm going to call it. I'll post this in the Discord. If you guys want to add anything more, feel free. Thank you very much for tuning in to my topographical map stream. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys have a nice night, or afternoon, or whatever it is. Goodbye.